Hey there, savvy home buyers and sellers. This is Jeff O'Leary, the Village Guru. And in today's video, we're gonna give you 3 tips on how to buy a house in 2021. This video is awesome for home buyers, investors. If you're thinking of buying, you're not gonna wanna miss it. Let's go. Well, 2020 has been a crazy year in real estate. Who would have predicted everything that's gone on, from the near doom and gloom apocalyptic scenario that happened in the spring to turning into quite a hot market into the summer and into the fall. Now, as I've been putting out videos the whole time, whether it's about coronavirus or growth in the GTA, I've been always staunch on the fact that you cannot judge the real estate market in such a weird anomaly of a time, and that you need to look at the fundamentals in the long term that really do affect prices and what's going to happen in real estate. So things like population growth, interest rates, economy, and things like that. I've addressed all those issues in previous videos, as I'm pretty bullish that we're still going to see price growth and a strong market in the future. So if you're looking to buy in 2021, here's 3 tips that I think are really going to help you. So tip number 1, get pre-approved for your mortgage. Now it's more important than ever. Listen, I don't want you to be the person who goes and finds that dream unicorn house, the perfect house, and you're not pre-approved and you can't pull the trigger. Especially in the areas that have very high demand. If you haven't been approved by a bank or you don't have that cash in the bank, then at the last moment, you're probably gonna hesitate and not get the property you want. And please don't be that person who then compares everything to that house because it just wasn't meant to be, when I can save you all the hassle now, and if you get pre-approved, you'll be ready when that house shows up. Tip number 2, make a plan based off of tip number 1. So once you're approved for a mortgage, you know basically your budget for buying a home. The next step is to do your research and determine what areas are best for you. Now, this is where a lot of especially first-time home buyers get thrown off the path. Depending on their budget, say they're able to narrow down a few areas that reasonably they can afford a house in. But when you're in a hot market, what ends up happening is a lot of sellers will list their houses artificially low in order to generate bidding wars and sell for a higher price. Now, the problem is first-time buyers will see that house in that neighborhood that they thought was unattainable and go towards it and maybe lose out on something that really is in their price range. Listen, in real estate, there are no miracles, okay? It is based on supply and demand. If something sounds too good to be true, it is, I'm telling you. So please make that plan based off your budget. That way you can really get down and maximize the effort you're doing to find the right house. Tip number 3, access to data really means nothing without context. I know we can all shop out for houses from our phones. We have access to sold data. We have access to all kinds of things out there that should empower us to do a home search. But what I find are, with a lot of consumers, it actually becomes overwhelming and you're not still getting the actual data that you need in order to make an informed decision. Perfect example, we get a lot of buyers that will go on their phone and they'll start searching based off what they qualify for. Now, if you search hard enough, you'll realize in some of these markets, the average price is selling higher than list price. In these circumstances, you can't just shop on sticker price. I've said it before, sticker price in real estate means nothing. The value in real estate is determined by how much a buyer is willing to pay for a home in an open market, given enough time to properly market the house. That is the sold. So if you're shopping for a house, then what you need to do is determine what these homes are selling like based off of previous sales, and also adjusting those sales if the market is rapidly changing, in order to come up with a game plan of what a house like that could sell for. This is really important because a lot of people are literally going from offer to offer to offer to offer to offer to offer to offer, losing, and never getting the house, and it can be super frustrating. But then they go back on their phone and like, there's another house for only $599. It doesn't work that way. If that neighborhood never had houses like that, chances are it's not. Get someone you trust in order to break those numbers down. They're not wildly available on the internet. You actually have to do some math, but this is something that a professional can help you with. And finally, related to tip number 3 is know your market stats ahead of time. This is going to tell you what type of market you're in and also guide you in the type of approach you take to buying a house. Statistics that are pretty important include average days on market, the sold to ask ratio, so what a house is asking versus what it's actually selling for, and finally the absorption rate in your market, which will give you an idea of what type of real estate market you're in. The data is all out there, and by using it and understanding it properly, you set yourself up to have the most success in a home search. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on 3 tips on how to buy a house in 2021. If you're starting the home search, be sure to download my free book, The 4 Homebuyer Mistakes and How to Avoid Them. If you have any questions about real estate, always feel free to call or email me. I'm Jeff O'Leary, the Village Guru. Have yourself a great day.